Hello, world. Hello, internet. This is Amari back with another episode of Release Your Yap. And this time I am coming to you live from my bed. I got some inspiration while I was just sitting here, and I decided I'm not going to make a big fuss about it and like go over to my vanity and turn on the lights and all that because I just took a shower. I'm very relaxed. As you see, I'm very hydrated. I'm glowing. I couldn't be asked to go sit in front of a light right now. So I'm just going to deliver this message right here where I'm at with this phone. And the message that's coming through for me right now, and I think it can apply to so many other people, is that we have to be willing to be perceived as assholes. We must be willing to be perceived as an asshole. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm somebody, I have a very big heart. I'm very considerate. I'm mindful. Yes, I have my silly little moments where things just fly over my head or I'm just not paying attention. But for the most part, I'm very conscious. I'm very aware. I'm aware of how my actions affect others. I'm aware of how others' actions affect me, and I know what to do with those emotions. Like, I'm a very conscious, present person, right? And it's like sometimes that consideration goes too far, and I have now began to not act because I don't want somebody to think that I'm a certain way, or even not say what I'm really feeling like saying, because I don't want to be perceived as someone who is, um, I don't know, mean or an asshole. And I'm realizing how much of a disservice that has done me in my life, because unfortunately people put too much dip on their fucking chips, and it's almost like they feel entitled to my energy. They feel entitled to know what I have going on. They feel entitled to things. And I've been playing more with the idea of community, right? And what it truly requires from you to be of community. And even in community, we're all still individuals, right? We're all still individuals. We're all out here doing our best and doing what we can do. And most times, hopefully, doing what we want to do as well. I feel like it's very hard to imagine self actualization when you are so worried about everybody else, you know? Because yes, other people help us actualize ourselves. Oh my God, there's something in my eye. I got it. It was an eyelash. Yes, other people help us self-actualize, but there still must be clear, definitive lines between what's me and what's you, and what's your business and what's not your business, and what I feel like sharing and what may not be helpful for me to share. And I am somebody, I'm also very quick-minded. So like when people say things, or I can tell that there's like projection happening or even like manipulation going on, I'm very aware very quickly, right? Um, I'm very aware very quickly. And I will typically allow people to play in my face and I'll let them dig themselves into a hole. Um, Am I still gonna communicate with them the same? Am I still gonna think of them the same? Hell no. But it's like I'm almost protecting them from knowing that I'm thinking of them differently now. And I just wonder how big of a disservice that's doing me, because no, I never want to like intentionally hurt someone's feelings, but there are times where people simply need to like a fucking reality check, you know? A reality check. And I think everybody has their like underlying intentions and things that they're doing to try to make it seem like they are a certain way and whatnot. And when you are someone that can see through that, it it feels like I'm diluting a power. You feel me? Because there are people out here that are naive, and I have ways that I'm naive. I don't know every fucking thing, but there are people that are truly naive and that fall for people's um games or tactics or just ways of being that aren't authentic, that aren't genuine. Um, and the fact that I'm not one of those people for the most part, it almost feels like I'm being naive by protecting them. You feel me? And by not saying the things and not saying the things because also I've been having to keep in mind that I am also someone who I have a lot of discernment. I weigh the pros and cons, I weigh the potential consequences, I weigh everything before I make any major decisions, including just in conversation most of the time. There are times where I'm just being silly and I'm just talking, but it kind of requires me to be very comfortable for that to be the case. So in general, I have a like overwhelming amount of discernment, and it's pretty easy for me to assess in the moment, what do I want this person to feel from my response? What do I want to communicate through this response? And I just wonder how many times I've answered that question with, oh, I don't want them to be hurt, or I don't want them to feel bad. But it's like they have no problem making me feel bad with what they're doing, or making me feel awkward, or making me feel uncomfortable. Nobody can make you feel anything, but it's like people will purposely, like when people are feeling subconsciously triggered by you in one way, shape, or form, they will project things at you and they'll try to like, it's really just a mask. It's truly just a mask. They're attempting to protect themselves, but it's like, imagine I don't give a fuck about you and you're protecting yourself from me, and like I wasn't worried about you in the first place. So, and I actually told somebody that yesterday, that I wasn't worried about them at all, and it felt great. It felt great. Context for that, I'm probably not going to give context for that because it was a stupid little situation, but regardless, it felt great to be so honest about where I was truly at, and to not like give this person any satisfaction in thinking that like they could read me or read my mind or whatever. And it's like, girl, nobody was fucking worried about you. Nobody was worried about you. Like, and truthfully, no one was worried about you. So that's what's on my heart right now. I just felt like turning that into more concrete thoughts. Because yeah, it's like the fact that I even have it within me to be perceived as an asshole and to like have a slick tongue low key. I just wonder what ways it's been deprived, and it probably needs a little tune up. It probably needs a little bit of freedom to just roam and just be honest, because there are some people that are so fucking rude and so weird and just so strange, and it's like the amount of undying grace they get from me, man, man, do they deserve it? No. No, most of the time, no. So, and that does not mean that people are not redeemable. I do feel like people are redeemable. Honestly, if my next interaction with someone is better, different, I can feel a shift in the energy, well then I believe in people, or people can change, because I've changed a lot from a lot of different things. And there are even things that I'm reclaiming. I used to be like considered more rude or self-centered or whatever, and I changed myself so that I wouldn't be hurting people, you know. And now I'm realizing, maybe I changed too much. Maybe balance is necessary. We need balance, like. So I think that's all I have to say right now. But thanks for listening, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next Release Your Yap segment. Bye.